From a future where men must hide underground has come a machine wrapped in flesh who kills but cannot be killed. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Terminator, an assassin from the 21st century sent back through time. His target is a woman who holds the key to the future. Her only hope is a soldier who has hunted the Terminator from the future into the present.
It's not a man. Machine. Terminator.
What does it want to be?
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator. Terminator.
What's up, you chingones? This is BDC from the BDC Show, and we are back like a fiery case of herpes. After a long week of destroying Teslas parked on the street, we have come back to entertain you once again. After all, it is Wednesday, and that's when we do business. We just have a couple more days of spring break left, and I have to say, it is overrated as fuck. These days, working at the school when everyone is gone seemed longer than the nights working at the school after everyone had been there. It makes no sense to me at all. No one is happier than me that starting this Monday we will go back to our normal schedule. But all of this doesn't matter in the long run because CDL school is coming up next month and all of this horseshit will be a distant memory. I've been studying hard lately. In fact, just to challenge myself, I took a practice exam as soon as I woke up last Sunday morning without any kind of prep and scored a 96% on it. There are 50 questions on each practice exam, so that means I only missed 2 questions. Not too shabby if I say so myself. There are a lot of questions that involve different distances, and that is where I fuck things up. I am going to have to come up with some mnemonics to keep them straight in my mind. It worked for me when I used to work in healthcare, and I'm sure it'll produce the same results here. Also, I took this monster shit the other night, and when I stood up to flush the toilet, I was looking at it thinking there was no way it was going to go down. I was so close to filming it and making it a new segment called Will It Flush, but decided against it at the last minute. Compared to the squeaky clean guidelines of TikTok, YouTube may as well be the Wild West. But I'm not sure even they would allow images of meat cigars and wadded up toilet paper being flushed. It wasn't the fear of reprimand that kept me from doing it. I realize that some of you just aren't ready for that yet, but your kids are gonna love it. But I have been thinking about running different segments when we get out onto the road. I have written most of them down and some will make the cut while others will not. I do want you all to be ready for the channel to fundamentally change once we change careers. I will do it slow to help you all along with the transition, but there will be no segments of shit being flushed. I will rate the cleanliness of various truck stop bathrooms around the country. Top 10 idiot drivers of the week. Stuff like that. One thing about this channel that you can always count on is that it will always be entertaining. Once we start making money, we will invest in the channel with cameras and microphones. It'll be lit. But all these stories about people attacking Teslas and Tesla charging stations are absolutely bonkers. If you had told me 6 months ago that foaming at the mouth liberals would be doing that, I would have been like, no way, dude. I guess global warming is over with. I've also been looking at getting a second job just to keep myself occupied instead of sitting in this room getting drunk. In my mind, I'm only doing that to quiet the buzzing of my thoughts. But between you and me, it isn't helping anything whatsoever. Have you ever seen this video I'm using for the background? A skydiver drops his camera from an airplane and it falls into a pig pen, and then the pigs try to eat it. It's classic comedy. You can see the inside of the pig's mouth, which I bet smells like bacon. I've been daydreaming about driving alone at night on a deserted highway in a drenching rainstorm. Sometimes I lay in bed at night, alone in the dark, and think about that. After I've been driving for a while, I stop and climb into the sleeper compartment. I can hear the rain drumming on the roof of the truck. Even in my daydream, it's a very soothing sound. I don't go to sleep right away. I just sit there and listen to the weather. That is usually the time when I fall asleep. It's my favorite daydream as of this moment. Look at that. Look at the inside of that pig's mouth. I can't believe that the camera survived the fall from an airplane. I know that most cameras these days are durable, but goddamn, that's a hell of a fall. I wonder who found the footage and posted it. So I don't want you to be afraid, but for the rest of this video, we are going to use time-lapse footage of road trips to get us ready for a life on the road. The footage I am using is admittedly not my own, but it doesn't matter. I'll give them credit in the description. The other day I was driving to work, and I saw a Subaru Outback with a couple of mountain bikes hanging off the back, and it made me realize how I rarely see those anymore since I've left California. In fact, I see very few bicyclists at all. It's very weird. I have been thinking about using my real voice to narrate these videos, because as you just heard, the AI voice screwed up an easy sentence. And this is supposed to be the best AI voice imaginable. If you want to call it the smartest, I'd say okay. You know what? You actually didn't hear it because I went back and fixed it. I was just gonna leave it because I was too lazy to mess with it, but then I decided that my creative code of ethics just wouldn't allow it. But you've heard those kind of screw-ups before. There have indeed been times in the past where this supposed super smart AI voice screws up a completely normal sentence, and it's frustrating as hell. The only issue with using my own voice is that I tend to mumble and am naturally mush-mouthed. I don't know. I've already mentioned that big changes are coming, but I don't know if the world is ready to hear my voice. That's something we will hold off on. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and speaking of which, I want to thank Amateur Barbarian for always commenting on my videos. He has been one of my most consistent fans, and despite what people are saying on the dark web, we are not the same person. I will fight anyone spreading that slanderous rumor in court. So this little road trip will continue, but unfortunately we gotta take a break and run some commercials. You know how it is, we gotta pay the bills. So after these messages, we will be right back.
It's sometime in the future. The ultimate challenge. Crossfire. Crossfire. You get caught in the crossfire. Crossfire. You get caught in the crossfire. Crossfire! You'll get caught up in it.
I must have the wrong house.
Sister?
Oh, I missed you so much.
They waited up all night for you, you know.
It's a long way from West Africa. Oh, real coffee.
Kiss here.
I brought you something from far away.
Really? Oh.
What are you doing?
You're my present this year.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Okay, ladies and germs, we are back. How about that coffee commercial, huh? They really didn't think that one through, did they? Those people are supposed to be brother and sister. You notice the parents got up quick because those two can't be left alone too long. They will end up with grandchildren with flippers instead of hands. But anywho, as you can see, night has descended upon our road trip. If only it would start raining, it would be perfect. But it doesn't matter. This is still just as peaceful without it. Some of the more eagle-eyed viewers out there will notice that this is the road between Los Angeles and Las Vegas. You can very easily tell if you know what to look for. But I'm not here to tell you how the sausage is made. Just put it in your mouth. I almost forgot to tell you that I accidentally started some kitty cat drama between Dirt and his gay-ass brother. Dirt has been coming into my room to sleep, and for some reason, Dot has been getting really jealous. He nearly killed me over the weekend. I ain't bullshitting you, bro. I was carrying my dirty clothes into the laundry room to wash it, when Dot ran underneath my feet and I nearly ate shit on the living room floor. It's not like Dot isn't welcome back here, he just never comes around. He's an asshole. And it's not like Dirt likes me more than anyone else. I think he comes back here because it's chill vibes. No sudden yelling or shouting or people being total fucking assholes. I'm usually just in here smoking cigarettes and fucking around on TikTok to pass the time. And all he does is sleep. He sleeps and snores like someone with sinus issues. It's not like I'm in here giving him cans of tuna and catnip. So of course some of these humans I cohabitate with are trying to make it out like I'm sowing dissension. Typical bullshit. In their minds, I'm the most despicable human being ever. Good. Keep in that frame of mind. Because you can believe me when I say that if you thought I was hell to deal with before, you have seen absolutely nothing yet. I have nothing left to lose. Okay, I'm just gonna stop myself there, because if I get going on a rant, that'll end with me being homeless. I'm only like one step away from that point right now. I am loving this background though. The open road is so peaceful to me. Now it's my dream. I was watching this video of this dude who's been a trucker for like 5 years, and he was saying how restless he gets when he gets home. I am hoping that is what happens with me. For the first couple of years, I just want to live out of the truck like a vagabond. It's as close as you can get to being a cowboy in the 21st century, and I don't know how to ride a horse, so that works for me. I don't know why I feel this way, but I do. I don't think there is anything wrong with it, but you definitely have to love it. We shall see. I was watching another video of a younger guy who has only been doing it for less than a year. And the video was called "Living in a Truck is Not Living." And the dude was just running down every single aspect of truck driving in a negative light. He was tripping out. Or is it called crashing out? I'm not sure what the appropriate nomenclature is these days. I'm not gonna link his video or anything, because I think he is a goddamned fool. I'd switch places with him for nothing at all. He can come stay in this room and I'll climb in the truck. Of course, obviously I have no idea what I am talking about. I could get out there and realize that I absolutely fucking hate it. I doubt it, though. I've been thinking about this for a long time and have put all my eggs into one basket, so I don't really have a choice anymore. Ask anybody who spends any serious amount of time around me and they will tell you that I'm disagreeable. Sooner or later, I end up rubbing people the wrong way, just like your boy Jack Burton. It's all in the reflexes, right? If you know, you know. You know? Now here we go. This is the background I was hoping for. This is near downtown Atlanta. It was filmed from the dashboard of a truck, in the rain and at night. It's perfect. Just what I was looking for. So we have switched up to the best background ever. I don't know if you can hear it, but I've kept the original sounds of the rain. It sounds just amazing. This is exactly like what I was describing earlier in my daydream. I should put this segment on a loop and just rap over this for a half hour. That'll be the best episode ever. Speaking of which, a video we did 2 weeks ago called Bounty Chocho surpassed 100 views. It was the one where we did all of the kills from the Friday the 13th movies. I am super proud of that, but we need more subscribers. I've said it before, and I will say it again. If you are watching these videos without subscribing, then you are a thief. If you have an email address, then you can create a YouTube account. Make one just for the sake of subscribing to this channel. It's totally worth it. I mean, it costs you nothing. I'm out here churning out content for your consumption while working at a shitty dead-end job, but I'm still here every Wednesday, am I not? Alright then, so what's your excuse? I don't mean to be so angry, but I've got mouths to feed. Okay, now that we got that ugly business of me promoting the channel through strong-arm tactics out of the way, we can go back to relaxing to the sounds of the rain. Wait, is the rain stopping? Look at the windshield. I think it's clearing up. If it does, that sucks. Oh well, we've come too far to turn back now. We will just have to stick with it. Soon enough, I'll be cursing the fact that I have to drive in the rain. Either that, or I'll use it as an excuse to stop and just vibe out to it in some desolate truck stop along a highway somewhere. I'm going to have to be flexible, but I'm going to be one of those drivers that drives mostly at night. All of the old-timers say that is the way to do it. Fuck all the traffic. Get out into the highway at night where it is just other truckers. Like a dream come true. But alas, I am still stuck cleaning up the classrooms of this ghetto-ass, ratchet-ass, motherfucker-ass school. It's not a bad job, but it's clearly not a job that one can build a career out of. I'll have to see about that second job, just to kind of pad my finances against emergencies. Sometimes I have to take a couple wheezing deep breaths and remind myself to be patient. We have to get to April 20th before I can be confident that I am drug-free in both my urine and my hair. I don't want to come this far just to fuck everything up even more so. Yeah, the rain is totally clearing up. How lame is that? Don't these fools know that we are trying to relax here? Whatever, man. Fucking thanks, homie. Yeah, laters. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just being a dinky-dinky dickface. Don't be mad. I wonder if management is going to come down and inspect some of these classrooms and hallways we've cleaned over spring break before school goes back into session. They kinda did one after the first week, but you never know, they may come back again. I don't really care what they do either way. Last week I came to work hungover as hell and literally slept in a dark classroom for a couple of hours. I only came out to go on my breaks. It didn't matter. Everyone was calling out sick left and right anyway. Don't blame me. I could have just the same called out and still got paid. So what difference does it make if I came in and did nothing? I'm getting paid either way. At least I showed up. I even made up the work I would have done in the following days, so who cares? No harm done. So I hate to say it, but we have to do some more commercials. The monkeys in the truck are signaling me off screen to cut to a commercial. I mean, ads suck, but they're still entertaining, right? That is actually an ad. Ha ha ha, remember that?
Mom? I've got to ask you something real personal. Do you douche?
I sure do. But only with Massonville vinegar and water.
Why Massachusetts vinegar and water?
That's what my doctor recommends.
For a naturally fresh feeling, only Massengill has 2 vinegar and water douches. Pure, extra mild, and extra cleansing when you need it.
You'll see how clean and fresh Massengill makes you feel.
Massengill, trusted by more women than any other brand.
The finer things in life. Happily, some are affordable, like Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. Grey Poupon is so fine, it's even made with white wine. Its original French Dijon recipe adds distinctive flavor to beef, pork, and poultry, salad dressing and sauces, and of course, sandwiches. So enjoy one of life's finer pleasures.
Pardon me, would you have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
Grey Poupon. It even has wine.
When it's least expected, you're elected, you're the star today. Smile, you're on Game Boy camera. It's fun to look at yourself as other people do. How's your sense of humor? There's a rumor, laughter's on its way. Smile, you're on Game Boy camera.
Yes, with Game Boy camera, you can turn photography into photography.
Smile, you're on Game Boy camera.
Holy shit, those were funnier commercials than even I expected. Those monkeys in the truck deserve more respect than they get. Unfortunately, though, I don't know any of their first names. I usually just call them Hey Bub or Hey Chief. Another thing I just want to be let known right here and right now. I am not filing my taxes this year. I have heard too much about my taxpayer dollars going to fund how to be a homo in Zimbabwe while I'm breaking my back here. Well, fuck that. Get it from Ukraine. You will notice that I am not saying that I am not paying taxes, because I have been paying them every time some dipshit company decides to employ me. I'm just not willingly giving it up. If you want what you feel you're owed, come and get it. I'll be waiting. I don't want to admit to any more federal crimes than what I already have, so let's switch the gears. This is a much more low-rank trank scoosball background than what we have been bringing up. Who am I to judge, right? It still looks awesome for what we are doing. And what are we doing? Hell if I know, Bubba. Hell if I know. I saw a picture of my cousin this weekend, and I'll be goddamned if he doesn't look just like me. Okay, I will admit that he has an enormous skull which makes you a member of my family. It's kind of a trip, but I'm not like I'm going to reach out and get to know these people because they have made exactly 0 attempts to reach out to me, and I get it. It's not, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow crying about someone who never gave a shit about me in the first place. As far as that kitty drama that I talked about earlier, I just want to say that Dirt is in here sleeping, and I don't give the first fuck who can't handle it, or if you can't handle it. He comes in here because he likes it. I'm not gonna let him scratch at the door all night. I just want to say that it's not my fault that the people saying that I am sowing dissension can't make a case stick, and no one else will be. With knowledge of California crime, I am wise to Indiana law.